Hi, thank you for joining me. Today I'd like to share with you some special items that I use. Um, they're more so used for cleansing and clearing the atmosphere when you are preparing your environment for work or if you are working with another individual. One that is widely used is called sage. I use it in two forms. A lot of people use it in this form where it is bundled. It is bundled. You find there's two different types that people use. Regular sage or white sage is used for like clearing, cleansing the atmosphere, and then there's a black sage that is used to invite good energy in to the space. But this is normally lit, and then you walk through an area and it smokes up now, so make sure and then you have a place. If you want to let it continue to burn all the way, you place it in like a fireproof container so that it will not cause a fire, or you can snuff it out and then use it later. Some people use feathers with it. You can put it in a container and just walk through the space and let it burn, or you can use feathers with it. And I'll demonstrate that in a different video for you to show how that's done. This is sea salt. You can use any type, any brand, it doesn't matter. They have, this one is kind of a, it's not really fine, but it's not as coarse as what I generally use. It's almost like regular salt. You can see that. It's almost like regular salt. Just it's a little coarser than regular salt, but it looks like regular salt. I like to use, and generally I use the rock salt, and it's a sea salt, but it looks like rock salt. It's really coarse. This is regular Epsom salt, which this I've already mixed up a batch, but I want you to see it. This has already been mixed. I don't have any just by itself right now, but you get the plain Epsom salt is what you use. They have some that's fragrant for different purposes, but I just use the plain because I add other items to it. And these are some specialty items that I love using, which are a little bit more elaborate than the regular. This is a really nice quartz crystal, and as you can see, this is how it comes. It's a double termination, so it has points on both ends, and this I made especially for this one. Most every large size crystal that I use, I've made a wrapping for it, a special wrapping for it. And this is really good for quartz crystal is really good if the it'll cleanse the environment, but it is also really great if some type of healing is needed or is going to be taking place in the area. This is a Brazilian crystal, and it's cut in what is called the Vogal style. It's double termination, but it has a specific amount of cuts on it, which were all measured, and the cuts are identical. As you can see, it's the cuts on these, the side planes on this crystal is not uniform, but the cuts on this one, these are. And it doesn't matter. I wrapped it with copper wiring. I love the copper wiring because it is a conductor of electricity, and I'm dealing with energy. This is just a some type of cord that is usually, it feels like nylon, polyester, nylon blend or something like that, and it's used for making necklaces. This is another one of the Vogal crystals. This is a smoky quartz, and it's really good for removing negative vibrations out of the environment. Very useful, very useful. You want to handle these out really carefully. The large Vogal crystal that I had like this that was clear broke, so I have to get another large one. The larger the crystal is, in most cases, the larger the size of the crystal, the more energy it will move. However, this one, because of the cut, the special cut, this crystal is larger than this one, but because of the cuts, this one is said to move a more concentrated amount of energy. This is a black obsidian, which which is good for cleansing the environment of negative type environment in vibrations. These are used where you just attach. This is special made, and you just hook this on to that, and now I can use it. The same, because this is special made for clearing the environments of different energies, I am able to use this interchangeably with quite a few other points. This is a selenite point, and you can do the research on that. It's extremely high vibrations, and it is used for a lot of different reasons, but I find that it really enhances the environment when I use it. The one thing that this one is, it is water soluble. The other ones that I showed you are not. So this one cannot come in contact with any water. There's a way to cleanse all your crystals. This is copper wiring. It's just coated with a blue, some kind of blue violet color, but it's copper wiring. I always use the copper wiring. But this particular piece cannot come in contact with water, or it will dissolve. It's a type of salt. This is not a Vogal crystal. This is a regular quartz crystal that was cut, and I used the copper wiring and inserted certain pieces of mineral and stone in this. These are what I use for an environment. This one especially is a combination for money. And again, it's those tips that are interchangeable with these handles is what they're called. These are really special pieces, so they're really just for certain purposes. I don't use them for everything. I use them for specific things, but I use them enough that I really needed them, and they're personalized. I love personalizing pieces. This is a different type. These are all of these are really called pendulums or pendes, and this one is special because you can open it. I don't want to drop any of the crystals out, and then you can insert different crystals or different material in this. It has holes in it, so the pieces have to be large enough where they stay in there. This is a permanent piece, but the inside is not permanent. And then, as you can see, some of these I keep separate. These have their own, it's almost like a wrap. I can show it to you. That they fit into. And I just open them up and slide them in. These are for other purposes. That's why I wasn't really showing it. But these pieces will slide down into these, and it will keep them protected. It's best to personalize your stuff in any manner. And this is another one. These have some really special uses. This is one that I purchased, made like this. There's a special place to purchase this. It's magnetic, and that these are magnetic. These are high power magnets. I purchased this offline. It's really good for healing, and I like to use it for cleansing the environment when healing is going to. It's a session dealing with some type of healing. So these are pendulums, or Pendes as they're called, and they have a lot of different uses. Some are very unique, and then there are others where you can actually personalize them and make your own, but you always want to personalize them. And these are just some special tools that you can use. Some will fit into your toolbox, but these don't fit into the toolboxes that we had covered earlier. These I keep them separate because they're quite fragile and they have a different type of energy. Thank you for joining me. Until next time.